one miracle pill that could lower your blood pressure, clean your liver, clean your kidneys, ease your joint pain, make your recovery faster, make it so that you were faster in the ring, that your muscles recovered, that you could exercise harder, that would thicken your hair, clear your skin, make you sleep better, help you with your depression, anxiety, all that good stuff.
What, you got one?
I do. I do have a miracle pill. The thing is that miracle pill actually exists, and I'm here to tell you about it. So hi, as James said, my name is Liliana Ramirez, and I've come to tell you about the miracle pill. So let me tell you a little bit about myself first. I come from 4 generations of doctors. My great-great-grandfather was a missionary doctor in the Philippines. His son was a general practitioner doctor. My Lolo, which is Tagalog for grandfather, was an ER doctor, and my own father worked for the White House as a doctor. So you can imagine I grew up with a lot of medical knowledge. My mother was in holistic medicine, meaning she was more into the natural rather than the chemical. She was more into the proactive rather than the reactive kind of medicine. So I got a very well-rounded medical upbringing. From my mom's side, it was, if you know certain things run in your family, prevent it. Do your best to prevent those things from happening to you. From my dad's side, it was, well, when it eventually happens to you, here's the drugs we can give you to help with that. So I got a very balanced, proactive and reactive upbringing. And what happened to me was at around age 10, I became obsessed with aging because I saw what was happening to my aunts, my uncles, my parents, and my grandparents. I watched my grandmother go through 3 different stomach surgeries because she had internal organ problems. I watched my Lolo die from a heart attack because he had cholesterol problems. I watched my cousins get put on blood pressure medication. By the way, my cousins are younger than I am. I watched my grandmother and my mother and my father all start to lose their hair. I watched my mother have to go through leg surgery because the circulation in her legs were poor. So all of these things made me go, oh crap, that's my genetics. I have my mom's genetics in me, I have my dad's genetics in me. These things run in my family, I need to prevent it. I don't want to die from a heart attack. I don't want to have to go through stomach surgery, knee surgeries, leg surgery, all of these different things. It looked like the odds were stacked against me. So at 10, I became obsessed with age, with what causes us to age, the problems that we have, genetics, all of those things, and how it all correlates together. And what I kept coming back to over the last 18 years of research is it's nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. So who here would like to prevent some of those things that you already know are running in your family and make your life a lot better? Anybody? All right, cool. I've got a few hands. That makes me happy. Good. So I found myself a year ago at age 27 extremely frustrated. And here's why. Because at age 27, I found myself with knee pain, looking down the barrel of eventually having to have knee surgery, the same knee surgery I just said I didn't want to have. Hip pain, which my chiropractor said because I woke up in the morning and I would jerk my hips into place, that I was going to have early onset arthritis in my hips. Chronic back pain, where my lower back was actually pulling up on my hips, thus making the hip pain worse. Couldn't stand or walk for more than 2 hours at a time. My hair was thinning, and I had the nastiest acne right here, and I could not lose weight. No matter how much I exercised, no matter how much good food I ate. And I was so frustrated because I knew all this preventative stuff. I was eating grilled meats, I was eating my vegetables, I was eating my fruit. I didn't have carbs in my diet, I didn't eat fried food. I stayed away from the things I should have stayed away from. I wasn't sitting here downing a pound cake every day. So why am I having all these problems? Oh, and here's the best part. I was such a hypocrite because I told people I was healthy. I came from a medical family. You think I'm going to tell my dad, oh hey, by the way, Dad, my knees are hurting. No, he's going to stick me under the knife real fast, and it's just, So I didn't tell anybody that I was in pain. That was probably the most detrimental part, was to sit here and play it off like, oh, I'm healthy, I'm okay, everything's good. So what I started doing was I decided that I was going to start helping other people because that would make me healthier, right? Sure. And I was able to help so many other people get healthy. I was able to help other people lose weight, but I couldn't lose it. I was able to help other people gain muscle, but I couldn't gain it. I was able to help other people bring their blood pressure down, but I couldn't bring mine down. I was helping other people with their anxiety and their depression, but I couldn't handle my own. And I'm going home crying, wanting to drive my car into the side of I-4, which now with all the construction makes it really easy. I felt like a hypocrite because I was able to help all these other people, but I couldn't help myself. And I just made my excuses. It's my genetics, it's because I did Taekwondo for years, it's because I exercised so hard, it's because I did football when I was in high school, you know, it's excuse, fill in the blank. And I had it. So that worked. I'm healthy, I'm helping other people. At this point in my life, I had helped hundreds of people lose weight, gain muscle, prevent surgeries, and I couldn't help myself. But what I got started on last year was I got introduced to Juice Plus. And I'll be honest, I kind of sneered at it because I was like, fruits and vegetables? I eat my fruits and vegetables. You kidding me? I'm Asian. We have stir fry almost every night. Like, I got my fruits and vegetables covered. But I went ahead and I listened to a friend of mine. Now my friend she is in her late 50s, hitting menopause, and at the time she was overweight. And she was battling her own blood pressure issues. And I had told her all of my advice. You need to exercise, you got a pool now, you need to be in the pool, you gotta eat right, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And I was giving her, you know, step by step, and she still couldn't bring her blood pressure down. So she had gotten introduced to Juice Plus and she started taking this. And what had happened was in 30 days, her blood pressure went down 30 points on both sides. Which was amazing to me because she had been working at this for a year. And you're telling me that 30 days of a couple of pills brings it down? That was amazing. So I decided I was going to get started too. So I got started on just the fruits and vegetables capsules. And I can pass these around. These are just fruits and vegetables dehydrated down in a capsule. So if you guys want to go ahead and take a look. What it is Juice Plus is a company that came out in 1993. And they also found the same thing that I found, which is that your nutrition links to your health or the lack thereof. That your nutrition can link to your diseases. That your nutrition can link to being healthy. Your nutrition can actually link to cancer or the lack thereof. And what research has shown is that 75% of our diseases are preventable. 65% of our cancers are preventable. And it's all through nutrition. And when I learned that, that blew my mind. So you're telling me that 75% of the people going into the hospital don't need to be there. They don't have to be there. So in 1993, Juice Plus came out and they decided, we have state-of-the-art technology. We're going to take your daily dose of fruits, vegetables, and berries and dehydrate it and put it down into a capsule. And in just the vegetable capsules, you get your daily dose of broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, beet, spinach, cabbage, oat bran, rice bran, and kale. And you guys are welcome to take a look at the bottle and read that for yourself as well. So you can tell that I'm not just blowing smoke.
What are the capsules made out of, do you know?
The capsules themselves are made out of a veggie powder that immediately dissolves into your stomach and it breaks apart very easily. So I, like the rest of the medical community, was awfully skeptical. Doesn't it sound a little weird that it can fit all of those fruits and vegetables in a tiny little pill?
Yeah.
And actually, if you're taking all three, you can get 30 fruits and vegetables. That just sounds weird. So they decided to do some medical studies. Just a few, 30 around the entire world. They studied soldiers in Australia. They studied gingivitis and gum disease in the UK. They studied skin and hair effects over in Germany. They have done over 6 cardiology studies here in the US, and they have done a 200,000 family study with children. So when I saw the studies, that's what really got me. Because I'm like, okay, what kind of studies are we talking about? Gold standard, placebo-controlled, double-blind tested studies. My favorite study was done by the University of Jacksonville in the cardiology division, in their medical unit. And they did exactly that. They put their test subjects through their placebo-controlled, the DUO, which is the fruits and vegetables, and the TRIO, which is the fruits, vegetables, and berries group. They had these people on it for 30 days, and then they put the blood pressure cuff on them and let all the blood drain out of their arm. And they left it there for 5 minutes. They then took the blood pressure cuff off, and they waited to see how long it took to get the blood at the tips of their fingers. Your placebo group, the ones that were on the sugar pills, took 10 minutes. Your fruits and vegetables group, 5. Your fruits, vegetables, and berries, 2. So they cut the time in half every time. So now, y'all are athletes. I want you to think about what that's going to mean for your performance. that means that while you're fighting, let's say you're in a combat fight, that means your blood is circulating through your body faster. So it means your muscles are getting oxygen faster, which means you're actually going to be able to fight longer and fight harder than your opponent because you have proper nutrition. It also means that when that fight is done, your blood is going to continue to circulate, because the blood doesn't go, okay, well, the fight's over, heart stop. that would end in death. That would be bad. The heart keeps pumping, the blood keeps moving. That means any injuries that you have acquired during that fight, you will heal twice as fast. It means any muscle damage, so let's say you were lifting weights the day before, you are going to recover twice as fast. 3 times as fast if you're on the trio, because again, the blood is the life. If you have proper blood circulation, that makes a massive difference in your performance. Now, to get a little personal, does anybody know anybody with diabetes in the room?
Yes.
We got a few people. So, what's the danger with diabetes? Loss of limb, right? Why? Lack of circulation. You get someone on diabetes, and they did do 2 studies with diabetes. Those who were pre-diabetic, pushing diabetes. Those who were diabetes 1, pushing diabetes 2. They did those 2 studies, and what they found was that those who were pre-diabetic came back from the line. They never hit the line of diabetes. Those who were diabetes 1, pushing diabetes 2, came back from the line. Never hit diabetes 2. And this will help the circulation, which means it can save their limb. It means it can keep circulation going. I've met people who, they're blind from their diabetes. This could have saved their eyes. Yes?
So this works for everybody?
Yes.
Doesn't matter what skin color, what, nothing?
Exactly. That's the beautiful thing about Juice Plus, is they've studied it, again, worldwide. All over the world, they have studied it on every ethnicity, on every gender. Well, there's only 2 genders, but that's beside the point. They've studied it male, female, every age. They've done prenatal studies. So, I mean, we're talking about the effects on a fetus, on a mom and a fetus, the baby at the same time. And this is what they found in the prenatal study.
Does it work for females too?
Well, genetically, they may be a male or a female.
That's what I mean. You say that,
But so, what they found in the prenatal study, this one blew my mind. They actually compared Juice Plus to your top brand prenatal vitamins. The kind that, like, you know, you get pregnant, doctor says, congratulations, here's your free prenatal vitamins, right? Well, those who can afford it can afford the $100 a month, $100 a week prenatal vitamins. So they compare Juice Plus to the $100 copay prenatal vitamins, the Richie Rich top brands. This is your caviar in a capsule.
Right.
They saw that the caviar in a capsule didn't even get into your bloodstream.
Wow. But they said that though, those prenatals ain't no
Good,
good for nobody.
yeah.
They said
They're not.
they've been saying that for years.
Yeah, you're literally peeing your money away.
Yeah.
So here's where my frustration came up. I will not forget, I was 23, 24. I was having breakfast with my dad. My dad had come over for breakfast, and I whip out like 6 bottles of vitamins. Everybody here ever take vitamins? Yes, we've all taken vitamins because we know we're supposed to, right? Vitamins are good for us. Sure. I pull out all these vitamins, right, and I start pouring them out, and I'm taking 2 of each. I took a calcium, a vitamin D, so that I could absorb the calcium. Explain that oxymoron to me, okay? Cayenne, cinnamon. What else was I on? Cayenne, cinnamon, vitamin E, hair, skin, and nails blend, and a multivitamin. And my dad I'm taking these pills as I'm eating my breakfast, and my dad does this. Crap, 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 maybe. Crap, crap, you're peeing your money away. I was like, are you kidding me? Now, again, we're talking about one of the top doctors on the East Coast who was employed by the government and was on speed dial by the White House. I'm going to listen to his advice. Just a little bit. Although, unless it's about my relationships, then he has no right. Because he's my dad. But when he said that, I was like, are you kidding me? He goes, no. How much did you pay for this? Well, I'm not telling you. Because I had spent so much money. And on top of it, I was spending so much money on exercise programs and on those DVDs that they promise you'll get a 6-pack. And on those professional protein shakes where they promise you'll get a 6-pack. Yeah, I don't, no 6-pack from any of that. All of these promises, all of this money wasted, just wasted. It was a complete waste of my money and a complete waste of my time. So I was super, super frustrated. So when I got introduced to Juice Plus, I was willing to just kind of dip my toe in the water because I didn't want to get burned again. I had wasted so much money. Now, keep in mind, 27, thinning hair, nasty acne, knee pain, hip pain, back pain. Oh, and I couldn't sleep, so I suffered from anxiety and depression from a lack of sleep. I got on just the fruits and the vegetables. My back pain and my hip pain went from, on a scale of 1 to 10, about an 8, all the way down to a 3. Just fruits and vegetables. Which means I could exercise a little more. I was able to start standing and walking longer. I didn't have to stop and sit down every time I walked. You know, which is really nice when you're out on a date with your man and you guys are walking around. You don't have to just sit down because you're winded or your hips hurt, and in my case, my knees would hurt. So then I decided after about a month, I was like, let me go full-fledged. Let me go with the trio, the fruits, vegetables, and the berries. 2 weeks on the fruits, vegetables, and berries, I'm sleeping like a rock, which, can I say, did amazing wonders for my anxiety and my depression, because now I'm actually sleeping right, which balanced out my brain. I'm now hitting REM, and I'm able to rest. So that fight or flight mode that I was constantly in can finally shut off for a time and can balance myself out. So I can wake up well rested, I can wake up happy, not waking up upset and mad at the world for no apparent reason. And I was just asleep. Within 2 weeks, 0 hip pain, 0 knee pain, 0 back pain. Within a month, my husband made comment of how thick my hair looks and how it's getting thicker. And when he made that comment, I realized when I did this, washing my hair, that I wasn't getting clumps of hair coming out anymore. I was regrowing hair that was gone. And as you can clearly see, my skin is completely clear. I have no idea if it will help you grow your hair back. You are I saw 2 hands starting to go up from the 2 bald guys.
He said, I'll take 2 cases of that.
But in all seriousness, if you decided to grow your hair back, any lost hair follicles that are still active but the hair can't seem to actually grow, it will start helping it grow. I actually just met with a cosmetologist today and was telling her about this and telling her you need to get your clients on this, particularly those who they're getting their hair done every day, they're getting their weave done. I actually went to her salon, was watching her wash someone's hair, and this woman had bald spots.
Yeah.
And I asked her, I was like, what's that about? She goes, she gets her hair weaved too much. I was like, she should stop that, or she needs to get on Juice Plus, one of the two. Something needs to happen, maybe a little bit of both. So that was just the first start of my journey. And then I had heard that Juice Plus had shakes and bars. Now keep in mind, I had a weight loss goal. All that hundreds of dollars spent to lose weight, and I hadn't lost it. So I decided, let me go full-fledged, all the way. We're gonna have a bar, and we're gonna have a post-workout shake, and we're gonna have the trio. So this is what my complete coaching started to look like. My mornings with my breakfast, and I had my trio. So what my body registered every morning was bacon, eggs, and 13 berries, 7 vegetables, and 8 fruit. Because your body doesn't know the difference if you actually went to the salad bar or if you're just getting the micronutrients. It doesn't know. So it doesn't care. So it gets all the benefit from it. So that's what my body registered every morning, was my bacon, eggs, and my trio. I then would have a complete bar for a snack instead of my usual apple. Because they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, I come from a doctor family, and that is a lie. They still keep coming for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Then I'd have my healthy lunch, you know, your salad or your grilled meats, whatever it is. Do my workout, have my complete shake after my workout, and then I'd have my dinner. Can I tell you that I actually started to lose the weight? I had tried for years. I had bought so many exercise programs. I had bought into so many different protein shakes. My sister at one point in her life worked at GNC and was a bodybuilder. I had access to the top brand that did nothing for me. And this, in 60 days, I lost 15 pounds and 10 inches. I measured. I was excited. So that's what I came up with, was I decided I'm going to start, now keep in mind, I had already been helping people get healthy, I had already been coaching people, so I decided with my coaching, I'm going to start implementing Juice Plus with my clients. So I came up with my complete Trio Coaching 60-day program, which is, like I said, it's going to be eating 5 times a day. You've got your full-fledged Juice Plus going for you, along with a healthy diet. Now, here's the difference between my workout plan and my nutrition plan versus somebody else's, particularly some of the ones that I had bought. It was, thanks for buying the nutrition plan, here's the same packet we give everybody. Yeah, that doesn't work. So mine is very individually based. And here's why. We're all snowflakes. We're all individuals. What works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. Our genetics play a big role in it. For instance, I may mention that I'm Filipino, that I have Asiatic background in me. Can I tell you that cheese makes me swell? Like, to the joints. If I have a slice of cheese on a cheeseburger, I'm fine. But if I were to like have cheese in my omelet and then have a cheese stick and then drink a glass of milk and then have cheese on, you know, on my steak or whatever, and I had cheese repetitively throughout the day, my joints will swell and I will be in pain, and actually my stomach will swell. But that's because I'm Asian. And if you go back a few generations, one of my ancestors would have had an allergic reaction to cheese. So, anybody else here Asian? No! So it would be pointless for me to tell you, well, you can't have cheese. No, I have to take into account your genetics. I have to take into account what you like to eat, because maybe you may not want to give up cheese. I didn't. Cheese is yummy. But you have to take that individuality into account. So for instance, I want to practice a little something with you, give you a little bit of taste of what I do for each one of you. If anyone's willing to share, by all means share. But I want you to think of how much you weigh right now. If you want to share, go ahead. Shout it out.
218.
218?
I should be 160 right now.
160?
167.
167, okay.
180.
170 and 182.
Sweet never changes.
So how much water are you supposed to drink?
Is it 9 cups?
No. What did they say?
It depends on
Eight
your weight.
count.
It depends on your
Eight
weight.
count.
Ooh, we got the closest answer right there. Depends on your weight. We're always told it needs to be 8-ounce glasses, 8 cups. So that's a total of 64 ounces of water. And that sounds great, but in all honesty, that's bare minimum. You need to take your individual weight, so 160, divide it in half, which is 80, and that's the number of ounces. So you, bare minimum, need to have 80 ounces of water
A day?
a day. What that's going to do for you is that's actually going to clear your skin, it's going to clear your hair, it's going to clear your liver, it's going to clear your body. It's going to flush your system of all the toxins that you've flooded with every single day, on top of hydrating you. It's going to hydrate your joints, it's going to hydrate your muscles, and y'all as athletes need that hydration. So you actually need more than 80 ounces. That's your bare minimum. You couldn't get to a water fountain amount. Does anyone here drink any of the following? Tea, coffee, energy drink, and or soda? I'm seeing an awful lot of hands.
Powerade, Gatorade.
Soda.
That's even worse.
Borderline. You're borderline.
She's trying to be honest, and she knows she drinks some crazy stuff.
I don't drink nothing but water and Powerade. That's it.
That's better than most. That is better than most.
Water
For
and tea.
every 1 ounce of coffee, tea, soda, or energy drink, you need to have 2 to 3 ounces of water. So if you drink an 8-ounce cup of coffee, you now have to add another 16 ounces of water to your day, on top of the 80 you already have to drink.
So like the teas, isn't that, the water's already there, why would you have to add more?
Because you're adding something into the water that will have a different effect on it. Because technically coffee is water as well,
Right.
right? However, coffee, when you make the difference between water and you brew it through the coffee beans and you turn it into the drinkable coffee, you turn it into a diuretic, which means it dehydrates you. It's also one of the reasons why when a lot of people have coffee, they have to run to the restroom.
So like something like green tea, where you're just putting in the bag.
It's
the same
green
thing.
tea is good for you, but you still have to double up on your water. Because if you were to decide to go on a pure green tea diet, let's say you said, forget it, I'm just going to go green tea all the way. And people try this. They go, I'm just going to have teas. I'm going to have a liquid diet and just have teas. Well, 1, you're malnourished, which is a huge problem. But 2, then they wonder, why do I feel so crappy? I'm drinking so much tea. I'm hydrated. No, you're not, actually. Because your body wants that tea out of you. So it's going to take what it needs from it, all the benefits of it, and then it's going to flush everything else. So even having teas, you have to double up on your water. There is no replacement for water. And if you're putting those little additives to make it so that it tastes good, yeah, double up on that too. Because now you've added something to the water. It has to be just pure hydrogen and oxygen put together. So that's the first thing that I wanted to show you, is everybody now has a different water intake, because you're 160, so you said you were 218. I'm gonna make my math easy and make you 220. So that's 110 ounces of water. That's your bare minimum. And again, y'all are athletes, so you need more. These are all things I would take into account when I do your nutritional coaching. I'm gonna do that with you on a one-on-one basis. So my success, to review, went from chronic knee pain to no knee pain. Chronic hip pain, jerking my hips into place in the morning, early onset arthritis, to not having to do that anymore, and no more hip pain, no more back pain, and I finally lost the weight I lost. My hair got thicker, my skin got clearer. I look and feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's the miracle pill. The thing is with places like that and with some of our competitors, because I've met other people who they're on their own nutritional journey, they're on their own health journey, and they have found what works for them, and hey, rock on if you have found what works for you. And they pull out a book as well, and they're like, well, we have this for your kidneys, and we have this for your heart, and we have this to help you lose weight, and we have this for your joints, and we have this for your hair, and we have this for your skin, and we have this, and we have this, and this, and this. And I'm like, well, that's nice garbage. Because I'm like, no. Why am I going to sit here and take 25 pills when I can take 3? Why am I going to take all these different workout shakes, pre and post, and this and that, when I can have one that will do it all? Why am I going to have all of these different snacks when I can have one that will do it all? You know, it literally is a miracle pill. It's a miracle company. And like I said, they've studied it around the world. They've studied with every age and every ethnicity. One of my favorite videos on YouTube to show people, and y'all are welcome to look it up, whip out your smartphones, I will wait the 5 minutes. It is Juice Plus Nurses. Look it up on YouTube. Juice Plus Nurses. And it is a bunch of nurses that they prescribe Juice Plus to their patients. And we're talking about people who they day in, day out see people who are coming in for preventable diseases. Remember, I told you, I was raised hearing prevention, reaction. This could have been prevented. Here's how you prevent it. And we're not doing that. So what I want to do is I want to make my services available to y'all.
Hey.
Y'all are already here with James. You're already getting your workout, which is awesome. He's going to be that person to go to when it comes to your workout. I want to be that person you come to for your nutrition. What I usually charge for my nutritional plan, which is a 60-day, we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about your genetics, what you like to eat, what you already eat, what you should be eating that you know you don't, and how we can fill those gaps. I usually charge $300 for the 60-day coaching. And then it's another $135 for the full-fledged Juice Plus. That's your trio, your shakes, and your bars. Because y'all are here today, I'm going to give it to you for $97. So if you get your complete trio, your bars, your shakes, and your trio, you get the 60-day complete coaching nutrition plan for $97. But for the first 3 people that fill out a form today, I'll give it to you for $30. So that's what I have to offer. But no matter what your decision is, I want to talk to you. Let's talk. Let's talk about how...
Don't everybody run up there and run.
Is there any questions I can answer for anybody?